Are you all about getting stuff done now? Because if you are, then you're closer to that eagle. Or does the peacock resonate better with you? Full of energy and enthusiasm, you're the life of the party. If this is you, I bet you listening to this, you're laughing. You've got a big smile on your face because you can see yourself here. Think about someone you work with who's always telling you what they're doing tomorrow, what they did the night before, what they're going to have for lunch, where they're going on the weekend, on and on and on. Can you think of someone specific in this area? If you can't, then guess what? It's probably because you're the peacock. Because that's you, and there's no one else like you around. But then narrow it in. Think right now about these two birds, the eagle and the peacock. If you're more focused on the task, if you're more focused on getting stuff done, which is the eagle, or are you focused more on the people and the relationships as the peacock? Because both the eagle and the peacock are outgoing energies. They are fast talking, they are fast moving, and they both talk to think. Does this sound like you? But then we've got to slow it down a little. Let's slow it down for a moment and focus on the other two birds in the mix. Totally different. The dove and the owl. Now some of you are going to connect with the dove because you're amiable, you're patient, you're relaxed, and you are brilliant listeners. You listen to see where someone is going to take you without interrupting. You don't hurry them, you don't rush them, you listen to their story. You don't make the story about you. You listen and you connect and you are totally interested in that other person. Last but not least is the owl. Now I really slow it down here because they're cautious, analytical. Are you precise in what you do? I bet you with this program, you are the one that wants me to prove these concepts to you. You want to read more about them before you think, oh yeah, maybe. You're not just going to take my word for it. You want to study what I say. You want to analyze and you want to go deeper if it's something that interests you or not. But think for a minute, which of these is more like you? Which one do you lead with? Now don't be alarmed if you think you identify with more than one, because this too is natural. Because the fact is, as any profiling tool will tell you, that we all have these four birds within us. While one is simply more dominant or more of our natural style, we will have a close secondary style behind us. And there's usually three that we can click with and one we just don't like. And if you check out the offer that I have at the end of this program, I'm going to offer you a free ebook that I have along with an in-depth questionnaire to have you really get down and identify yourself more clearly. A book that will give you more ideas on who you are and how each bird is part of us and how you can use each to strengthen your ability to communicate with others. Because that's what it's all about, really. It's just being more conscious of who you naturally are. Because right now, if I was doing this as a training program, we were in a room full of people and I just introduced dope to you and I just talked about the four birds and I asked you right now to share what you think you are with those around you, you could just watch what will happen. Because if there's a peacock will have quickly told everybody. You can tell with energy and enthusiasm, woohoo, I'm a peacock, and you'll tell everybody around you. The eagle, there'll be an eagle in the room that will just lean to someone and say, eagle, I'm an eagle. And then you'll look back at me and you'll be ready to just get on and keep on going with the training because that's it, it's done. A dove will probably slowly lean in and watch those around and wait for others to share first, being a little cautious, not wanting to upset, not wanting to push. Whereas an owl will be sitting there, not sure yet if he has the right answer. They'll be sitting there wanting more time to think. And you can see this in a room. When you do this in a room, immediately the four bird-like personalities stand out so clearly. And we've got to remember, this is not boxing you in. This is basically just to make you self-aware of who you are. These profiles are not meant to limit your sense of identity or the possibilities you have within you. It is not a box that will cramp your growth or label you. Do not see it like that, because it is not. Instead, I want you to see it more like a spotlight that can illuminate different aspects of who you are. A spotlight that can help us understand ourselves and see how our personality shapes our perspective of the world. How our personality can be adapted to our circumstances so that it can boost our energies, so that it can suit who we are, suit our nature. And when we can really understand others' perspectives as well as our own, then there's just a connection, and we can engage so much better with each other when we communicate, so much more effectively. And so let's quickly just talk about communication and pop back to those birds for a moment. Can you imagine the birds trying to communicate with each other? Can you imagine an owl wanting to discuss details with a peacock who's all about having fun and connecting with others, not at all interested in the detail? Then take the dove and the eagle, pretty much a no-go zone. If an eagle wants to influence a dove, he or she is going to have to slow down, make a little small talk, and appeal to their relationship to move forward. An owl will need to lighten up, speed up, give more energy if wanting to connect and persuade a peacock. And now put two eagles in a room and look out. Two doves in a room is completely different. There will be minimal decision making done. You choose, no you choose, no you go first, no you go first. All of these personalities in a room is just a thrill to see, but watch the difference in communication styles. Because the challenge is not in completing the profiles. The challenge here, and this is what I really want you to hear today, the challenge to create or find your superpowers is not just doing a profile. It's actually by learning more about what you are inside and how to maximize your natural personality, your natural energies, your dominant style, and to know when you've gone too far, to know when you need to pull back, to know when you need to adjust and be flexible. Because that's what the platinum rule is all about. And it hangs on this. The dope profile hangs on that. The platinum rule is the opposite to the golden rule. Do you know the golden rule? Many of us have been brought up on the golden rule. I know I was. I was brought up on this. It was deeply entrenched in me. To do to others as we like to have done to ourselves. Treat others how we would like to be treated. I grew up on that. It was indented into my mind. That was one of the key learnings of my childhood. This process of learning more about me and my superpower, my personality, and learning how to use it to enhance my life, enhance my relationships, and enhance my business, had me turning that golden rule completely around. And now I live by what is called the platinum rule. To treat others how they want to be treated, not how I want to be treated. And that actually gives you so much more power. Mainly around yourself, but also on how you choose to adapt and work with other people. And this is why this is so important in business, not just as in life or in our families. Because in business, networking, sales, every meetings, every part of our business, we are dealing with different personalities. And the progress and the profit of our business will come down to how well we connect with those different personalities. And the point is that while it's awesome we get to know ourselves and identify our own superpowers, we need to be self-aware when they may be putting us at risk, when we may be using them to what I say, when we use them so that our strengths become our weaknesses. Now, what do I mean by that? We can get so full of ourselves, we can get so full of who we are that we actually overuse our gifts. We overuse our natural talents that we have. And this is part of this awareness around who we are that gives us the power to know us, know ourselves, know how we act, know how we communicate. Again, I'm going to take you back to the birds. We don't want to overuse our natural energies, our natural strengths. Because as an eagle, your determination and your drive can start to be seen as overbearing and aggressive and intolerant. As a caring dove, your natural caring abilities, when overused, you can become bland and over-reliant and maybe docile. A peacock's beautiful energy can be taken too far, becoming excitable, disorganized, unreliable, and hasty. And an owl, thinking way too much about something, not wanting to commit to action, can be hit with analysis paralysis. They can get stuck so easily. And so this is what's great about it. Our personality is wonderful, but it's not our personality that is the key. It's our awareness around who we are, what makes us tick, and how we can use our abilities to strengthen ourselves, to energize ourselves, and connect more with other people. And this is just the beginning. Think about how you're wired and how you show up in terms of sparking your life and igniting your business. How are you contributing to other people? Be focused and know yourself, but then know other people. Pay attention to other people as you interact with them and understand who they are, how they are wired, and then apply that platinum rule. Talk with them, communicate with them, deal with them in a way that they want to be dealt with, and connect with them so much faster. Now, in every training, I know I have people ask me, well, what is the best style, Anna? What's most successful? What should I be? And the answer is, guess what? There's no one right way. The happiest, healthiest, most productive people aren't those of one particular profile. They're those who have actually figured out how to harness their strengths, counteract their weaknesses, and create businesses and lives that work for them based on their personality. It gives us an insight about who we are, but it doesn't change us. It simply allows us to react and create situations so that we can develop relationships in which we can thrive, not just survive. And that is the key. Learning about what builds us up and what takes us down, and how to use our natural abilities to build ourselves up and connect with others. So recognize, please give this a go. I put it out there, give this a go. If you've never done profiling before, give it a go. If you have done it before, stop and think about it today. How can you use what you have learned? How can you use the tools you have, the strategies you have, to create a way better day for yourself today, whether it's communicating with your family, your children, your friends, your customers, your clients, in sales and service, whatever it is. Recognize that when you are having trouble connecting with other people, when you're irritated by other people, when they're just not getting you, pause and think about why. Because very likely it's more about you than them. So today, pay attention, be aware, see who people really are, and look to communicate with them. Look to connecting with them in their style. Do this, and I totally believe, do this, learn more about your superpower, learn more about your personality, learn how to take action around it, and you watch. Your leads, your conversions, your sales, your profits will skyrocket. Your relationships will be enhanced, your marriage will be enhanced, your family will be enhanced. How can I say that? Because it's happened for me and it does work. So I hope today you've enjoyed that. It's something for you to think about. But I want to wind it up there because that's our show for today. Our time is up. Thank you for joining me and thank you for listening. And before I go, I'd like to leave you with this thought. I really like this quote. The most important kind of freedom is to be who you really are. Never trade your reality for a role. Never give up your natural abilities to feel. Take off your mask. Take it off completely. because it only hides your true self, your true beauty, your true